Hey guys, J Factor here. I'm going to be returning to VCR number 2, and I'm going to, well, I read online that it was an idler. Just gonna see if I can get this cover off here. An idler is apparently down in there. So, taking it apart can apparently be very risky and possibly break it. And I don't want to do any of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray this. And then I'm going to come back to it tomorrow morning. Right now it's nighttime. And I come back to it tomorrow morning and see if this thing is still going to work, if it fixes it. As usual, I use this stuff so often. Using the electronic air duster, and I'm going to turn it upside down so that I use the antifreeze portion of it. And we're just going to see. First of all, I want to hear if it's going to crackle. I definitely hear that crackling. Oh yeah, the crackling stopped. So, I'm going to leave her overnight. And tomorrow morning, we'll test her out again. Alright, it's morning. Let's see if this guy's plugged in. It's plugged in. Sorry about the lighting. And we'll pop this in. And we'll see if it eats it. No power yet. Okay, so let's see if I can get power the way I did before. Spray the back compartment of this. Yeah, there's a little bit of crackling, not much. Nothing. I am back with battery number 1 and battery number 2, both of which are JVCs. Sorry, can't see the label there. Sorry. Just want to pop this guy off. Sorry. There's even with the bad lighting. Alright. Yeah. So, what I'm going to do is, instead of what I did in the past, where I turned it on immediately after I sprayed it with the antifreeze, the air duster, I just call it antifreeze, this stuff. What I'm going to do, let's get this focus. Oh, there we go. I'm going to go to work for an 8-hour shift, and then I'm going to come back to this and see if it can work. For some reason, this is very out of focus this morning. There we go. I'm going to turn it upside down, spray the power cord area, and I'm going to leave it until I come home from work for my 8-hour shift. I hear some crackling in there. Yeah, that's it for the crackling there. Let's hear what this one, if this one will make any sound. I don't hear any crackling there. Right. And we'll come back to that when I get home from work for both of them after my 8-hour shift. Alright, I'm back. This is battery number 2. I haven't returned from work yet. I haven't gone to work. But it looks like all the antifreeze has disappeared. It's been roughly about an hour and a half. I'm going to plug her in. And let's see if the power turns on. Nothing. Alright. Unplug that. And we'll try this one. Oops. I keep knocking this stuff over. I'm just going to try and slide this over without knocking anything over. I'm going to come back and it's going to plug. Alright, it's plugged in. Let's test her out. Nothing. Okay. So I'm just going to unplug this. I'm going to pop it open. At this point we know that the antifreeze won't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this stuff. I've heard that it can't harm electronics as long as you give it time to dry. I'm going to take the lid off. Alright, lid's off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cord, which feels very loose by the way. Let's see if it was very loose, so I'm just going to plug her back in for a second. Okay, it's plugged in. Let's see the power. Nothing. Okay. Gonna unplug it. And take my little bottle of 1-Up card, which is really just a tiny bottle of let's see if I can even get that into focus. It's isopropyl alcohol, 99%. There we go. I usually use this in bigger quantities, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug this. I'm going to open up the bottle. And I'm going to pour a bit of this on here. It's obstructing my view, sorry. Hopefully, let's see if I can get this out of the way there. If that's possible. There you go. I'm going to pour some of this onto here. And I'm going to pour some of it onto the cord here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that until I come home from work. I'm going to do the same thing on the battery number 2. Take the lid off. Sorry about the noise. Okay. try and safely unplug this. There we go. I'm going to do the same on this. I'm going to pour this on. And I'm going to pour some onto this. And same deal, I'm going to wait 8 hours after my shift from work. And then I'm going to plug those back in and I'm going to test them out. As far as I know, though, that the rubbing alcohol can't do anything to it as long as I let it dry and as long as neither one of these is plugged in. So nothing is plugged in. But we'll see. Alright, here we are back with batch number 2. I'm back from work. Gonna plug this in there in that spot. Okay. I left the cover on while I was at work in the hopes that the sun wouldn't damage anything while I was gone. I got it plugged in. Now let's test her out. Power on. Nothing. It's gonna hold down for a second. Nothing. Gonna give it another spray. Nothing too big. First, I'll do a simple one. It is plugged in. Okay. Let's see. Will it turn on? No. One last spray here. No, nothing. Okay, I'll test out the other one. Power on. Nothing. So it seems to be notorious for JVCs to short out easily and then you can't get them back. Okay, we're back with batcher number 1 and batcher number 2 with a rather bizarre circumstance. These are both plugged in, so we got batcher number 2 in plug number 1, batcher number 1 in plug number 2, and this third one is plugged up to the VCR up here. That one was batcher number 3. It already works. Strangely enough, it wasn't working earlier, just a moment ago, but it is working fine now. And the reason for that is because of this thing, this power bar. I'm going to turn it on. And already you can see there's power to batcher number 2. Let's try this one. Alright, batcher number 1 is still dead. Batcher number 2 is working. So I'll hook up batcher number 2 again and we'll see if I can get it working. Oh, just a little backstory though on this one. When it did die, all I did was turn this off and turn it back on. And then suddenly it sparked life back into it. Don't really know what caused it. By the way, this was made by Globe, this power bar. know if there's anything else you need to know about it. It's still working good. Maybe it just needed a recharge in the energy though. It seemed to bring this one back to life and this one back to life. And this one, yeah, we're gonna go test it out. Just to see what happens. I have now plugged, I'm back in my room. I've now plugged it back into this plug-in. And I'm going to turn it on and see what happens. So, it's still dead with that one. I'm going to try down here and plug it in into this power bar. Okay. It's plugged into this one. Let's see, anything happening? It's turned on. Alright. Let's hook this up. Okay, I'm back again. So, this is still got power to it. You can see it blinking there, vaguely. There we go. And it's plugged into this one now. The problem was, for the orange cord, I didn't have it plugged into the wall. That was my bad. Sorry about that. But I think that switch on the globe power surge protector in my living room, the one that I just showed you earlier, I think that's what sparked it back to life, just flipping that off and back on. Okay, now I'm going to just hook the rest of it back up. So I have this hooked to the output back here. These colors actually match, unlike the before with the HD TV. And then I hooked it up to here, which is a setup for video 2. Now time to do the ultimate test. We're going to take this cover off because we're going to be doing the head cleaner. We did spray this before the idler. Sorry about the noise, the window's open. So with the antifreeze, hopefully that will have fixed the problem without me taking it apart. Once again, I'll be using my VHS head cleaner. Pop it in. It's not doing anything at the moment. And hit play.
Audio test complete.
Let it cut out. Well, let's play. I don't know if it's an improvement or not. Okay, let's... That was actually at the end of the tape anyways, it looks like. Yeah, do a rewind, see what happens. Press rewind again. Astonishingly, it didn't eat the tape, it just didn't quite accept it. So we're just going to change this to channel 3. Or did it eat the tape? I'll take a look at the inside of this. I don't see anything. We're gonna stop it and hit the rewind button. And hold it. Oh, okay. So it's at the beginning of the tape. I'm just gonna let it play. I thought it was at the end of the tape.
Clean video and audio heads.
And this tape's been through a lot.
Head cleaning complete. Please stop. Eject tape now.
Okay. I hit play. It's rewinding for some reason. I think we're somewhat making improvements on this. No, I'm impressed. I had just about given up on this VCR, and now it's not eating the tape anymore. So I'm gonna give this thing another cleaning in the let's see, trying to remember these. Okay, this is the audio head, the tape and recording head, and then the video drum. Video drum's easy to remember. Yeah, I'm gonna give it another cleaning and see if it'll accept the tape. Just gonna give this a good back and forth for the, whoops, I think I'm leaning too close into this thing. I don't see anything on that Q-tip. Let's try the tape head next. I'll get a new Q-tip. Okay, so this one's for recording or erasing a videotape. Sorry about trying to show you what I'm doing here. Okay, this Q-tip doesn't look dirty at all. next step is the video drum. So once again, I head to my giant coloring books, and let's just tear this cover off here. I'm probably going to use what I have left of this. Just make it look somewhat organized, I guess. Tear this off. I'm going to have to cut that so it's straight so that I don't have to worry about that affecting the when I'm cleaning it. Cut that off. Now just cut little strips. Okay. Now we have our little strips here. And I'm going to try a little something different than what I tried before. I'm going to try this 1-up card stuff that I use for video games. There's not a whole lot left in there, but it is, if I can see the label here. It is isopropyl alcohol. 99%, so it's the same stuff that I've been using. This is the stuff that I have been using in the past, which works great. It's a Life brand. Life brand is Shoppers Drug Mart brand name. So that's where you'll find this stuff, the 99% pure stuff. Gonna open up our little bottle here. And we're gonna put alcohol in the center on all 3 of them. Okay. Yeah, I'm using my yoga mat as usual so that I can do this properly. And now just gotta find a place to mount this so that I can bring it up to that VCR over there. Okay, got this mounted as best I could. Here's the first strip. And we'll just press it against there and rotate. Clockwise, not counterclockwise. Gonna see if there's any dirt on there. Hopefully if there is any dirt, it'll solve the problem. And it'll play nicely, hopefully. I have in the past where this has taken hours, so hopefully it won't. It's just, I occasionally rub it up and down, but not a lot. Just to make sure I get the tops and the bottoms. Okay. So yes, there's the first strip, and it's very dirty. Grab the next one. Same process. I apologize if I'm too much in frame. Try not to touch the sides with your fingers, only the top part of the drum. Don't touch the chip, and don't touch anywhere except using your fingers lightly to rotate it. I don't need to clean the audio and the eraser head because there's nothing on there, and if you do overdo it, then there's some Q-tips that will, the Q-tip will get stuck in there and then your audio will sound terrible. This one had a little bit of dirt on it, not as much as before. So we might get lucky with just having to do it 3 times. Hopefully this is the last one, and hopefully the tape will work great. By the way, this is still plugged in and turned on. Normally I shouldn't have this plugged in, but for a record, I should let you know that all this is plugged in while I'm doing the cleaning. So it's still very dirty. But let's see if it'll accept the tape.
Clean video and audio.
I'll be.
Audio test.
Okay, that we knew was going to happen at the end of the first thing. Okay, let's stop. Eject tape now. It stopped. Let's take her out. Just gonna zoom out the camera here a bit. Sorry about the slowness of my camera zoom out. So, it looks like to me the quality turned out fine. It was cleaned it. And we fixed the idler motor without having to take any of that apart. Just with the air duster. And bring it back to life with once with the air duster, which it didn't come back to life before, but it did come back to life when I hooked it up to that surge protector in my living room and just flipped the switch back and forth to bring it back to life. So thanks for watching. If you like what you see, click that subscribe button and tune in next time for more great content. And by the way, I'm not giving up on Bachelor number 1. We will still be coming back to try and fix that in our next video. Sorry. Have a good one.